everyone, this is Adam with the Adam Lee team with Keller Williams Realty Phoenix. This is the November 2015 video newsletter, second to last one of the entire year. This year has definitely flown by for our team. Hopefully you've had a wonderful year. This month I'm going to do a real quick video, a little different than I normally do, not go through all the stats, but I do want to go over something. With our team, and we're just one team, we actually saw a very interesting change because of the new guidelines. And if you haven't watched the previous videos, go watch those because I talked a little bit about the lending guidelines. Because the new guidelines, we actually saw quite a few of our transactions that were supposed to be closing in October get pushed into November. So the stats for this month are a little interesting. Nothing too exciting as far as on a macro level. When we were looking at different markets within different cities, we definitely saw some very interesting trends that happened in October. But I'd imagine that a lot of that is because of those new guidelines. Those new guidelines have delayed closings because it's delayed disclosure periods. And because of the difference in disclosure periods, it delayed when we could close. And just a lot of weird things because a lot of real estate agents, title companies, everyone within the transaction, we're trying to get acclimated to these new guidelines. So I hope that makes sense. Real quick with the stats, the number of listings went up. There were more listings that got put on the market in October. The absorption rate went up as well. I'd imagine that a lot of that absorption rate is because things didn't close in October that normally would have, that now we're going to be closing in November. So I'd imagine that we're going to have a slightly better figure in as far as the stats go. The stats are going to look a little better in November than they normally would, but that's because of what went on with the new guidelines. The sold to list ratio went down, meaning that people are getting less than what they're asking for. It dropped a little bit last month, but interestingly enough, the median home price went up. Not anything super substantial, not anything to hoop and holler about, but we did see that's what was going on. Days on market also went up, so things are taking a little bit longer to sell, which is common with going into the fourth quarter of the year. So what does all this mean? Now is a fantastic time to be purchasing a home. There's a lot of people who are trying to get in before the rates hike up. We did see a rate increase in October, and so rates are going up. I'd imagine that they're going to be steadily climbing still. Just be aware of that. It's still a good time to put your home on the market. You're going to get less showings, but you're going to get more dedicated buyers looking at your home. We haven't seen too big of a slowdown on our listings as far as the showings go. So just be aware of that. Have a great Thanksgiving and a great Veterans Day, and we will see you in December.